You know, I met Tom and Trevor a few years back. I was a beer head myself, and I love yards, and I asked them to be on my web show called Ike Live, and that's the first time I met those guys. You know, I was lucky. I got to do a tour of the brewery a few years back, and I was absolutely blown away by the process. You know, as a guy that loves beer, I really didn't know the ins and outs of how it was made. So to have these guys show me around, show me the process, it was awesome.
Never give up! Never give up! Ah!
When I fish like him, you know I'm fishing hard. You might just wanna sit it down. Going out, every time I'm rolling up into my spot, I get so hyped up. I think I'm going out. I got one goal, and that's gold. If we ain't into fish, then we're hitting the road. I live the life of a fisherman that never gets old. So welcome to the show. Come on, yo, we're going out.
You know, with the help from my wife, Becky, we concocted a plan to do a yards show to really combine two of my favorite things, which are bass fishing and drinking beer. And we came up with this idea to do a beer and bass show. And you know, when we decided to do it, Yards is a Philadelphia brewery. They're part of Philly. And for me, it was an automatic to come here to the Delaware River in Philadelphia, which is where I learned how to fish.
Here we go. We have good weather tomorrow. Who ordered that, by the way? Anybody?
It naturally comes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for ordering. We've got a great tide. Outgoing tide is all morning, dead lows at 12. So we have the perfect fishing conditions. And it's winter. They're stacked in the wintering holes. This should be an amazing day of fishing.
Awesome.
What are your expectations for tomorrow?
I'm psyched to be nice and cold in the morning when we get out there, and then just get warmed up. And you know, when you're getting warmed up, it feels good, and I think that's when the magic's going to happen.
Any predictions for who will catch the first fish, who will catch the big fish, and who will catch the most fish tomorrow? Give me some predictions.
I predict we're going to crush them. Keeping it in Philly with the supermoon.
Yes.
So Tom's going to catch the first fish.
Right.
Yes.
Ike's going to catch the most fish.
Okay.
I'm going to catch the biggest fish.
Okay. Listen to me. You heard it right here. We're going to try to make that happen. All right, guys, listen. Tomorrow, I'll have ice. I'll have water. The only thing I need you to bring is any lucky item you have.
Okay.
Hat, shirt, underwear, socks. We need a lot of luck in the boat.
We got socks.
Okay. Whatever you do, do not bring a banana in the boat. You know the deal about bananas in boats, right?
No idea.
A banana is the sure kiss of death for a bad day of fishing. It's like the golden rule of fishing is do never bring a banana in the boat. It's the worst luck. We could go down tomorrow with a banana in the boat. So no bananas.
No banana in the boat.
You know, when I met the guys at the ramp this morning, I ended up being about 10 minutes late. I was pumped up, and I could tell they were excited. You know, they were packed up, they were ready to go, they were standing at the ramp. And one of the first things I noticed is they didn't have any bananas, which was really good. That's bad luck. But they both had good luck charms with them. Tom had these really crazy socks, and Trevor had these awesome snakeskin Bon Jovi pants. I was pretty hopeful when I saw those things.
Hey, guys, just want to make sure. I've got my helmet. I told you about my driving skills.
Yes.
You guys bring your helmet, your crash helmet today, or you need one? Are you okay?
We're pretty hard-headed,
You got it.
so I think it'll just fit.
All right, I just wanted to make sure.
All right, guys, I'm stoked, man. We're finally here. We did a lot of talking. Now we're
That's
getting to
it.
the fishing. I want to tell you, I am so stoked to be fishing with you guys. I'm proud to have you on what I consider my home water on a Delaware River, and I know you guys are proud of Philadelphia as well.
Yep.
We're getting the fish out here today on this river, so I'm stoked. I'm excited.
Yeah.
You ready to go?
It's going to be awesome. I'm psyched.
Let's
Ready
go.
to roll.
Come on, let's go, guys. You know, we went to our first spot, and right away I caught a keeper, and that really settled me down. You know, on a place like the Delaware River, it's so tricky. I've had so many days out here and never caught a fish. So to catch one right off the giddy, that made me excited.
Awesome.
Folks at home, there's one reason I caught a fish on my second cast.
Ronald McDonald house socks.
Tom, let him see. Look at that right there. Wow. That's the quickest I've caught one on the river. Oh my gosh. Nice keeper. Nice Delaware keeper. Not a giant, but in the Delaware, that's a big one. A lot of other places, that'd be a small one, but Delaware, that's a big one. That missile jig. Little Berkeley crawl in the back. Ooh, so good. So good.
Step up to Exmark, the mowers that have been beautifying landscapes for more than 3 decades. Featuring high-performance zero-turn riders like the new Exmark Radius, starting at just $49.99. With any Exmark, you'll get a great-looking cut in less time, every time. That's why landscape pros purchase Exmark 2-to-1 over the next best-selling brand. So what are you waiting for? Put an Exmark to work on your property. Find your local dealer or request a free demo today at weareexmark.com.
That's a good one for the Delaware. When they get them black spots on them. They start to get these black spots. They're like chameleons. So they're laying on the bottom, so they start to take on some black coloration in their body.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. They live here.
Well, prediction number 2.
It's coming true.
Hi, my name's Bass, and I love Yards Brew. You know, I caught a couple fish, and Trevor lost a couple fish, and I decided to make an area change. We moved to an area right in front of a spot called the Navy Yard, and the water didn't look right, but we stopped in there. I made about 4 or 5 casts, and before I know it, I hear a fish jump, and I turn around, and Trevor's got his first keeper of the day, an awesome fish. There you go. Yeah! Yeah! Keeper.
Fish.
And see how, look how,
Didn't miss that one.
this is a great example how we're talking about how they're like chameleons.
Right.
You see how dark the other ones I caught were? They were clear water. Look how light this one is in this stained water. Isn't that cool?
Really cool.
Nice keeper. Look how he ate that
Pretty
thing
old
too.
fish.
Yeah. Three's a charm. Nice keeper, bro. Water's dirty in here, man.
That's why I wore these pants.
The pants work.
It's about time. You gotta go where it's dirty.
Did you see that? That was awesome.
Look at that thing.
That is a nice
No,
fish.
that's a big one for the Delaware River, man.
Well, my prediction of biggest is
There's bigger ones in here.
the prophecy doesn't seem to be fulfilling itself.
You know, about halfway through the day, we had a camera boat driver, and he ended up losing his lower unit. He shot a bolt straight through the bottom of it. We had to tow him back. You know, when that happened, I was kind of a little worried that the course of the day might be altered. Maybe we couldn't keep filming. Maybe we were going to get on the wrong track and just start not catching him or making bad decisions. But we got him back to the ramp, and I made a decision to go back to where we started the day. We got in there, and right away, we started catching fish.
There you go. Good one, too. Big one. Oh, God, big one. Wow.
Good one.
Still didn't fulfill the prophecy.
Good one for the river. Look at that. Show the camera how he ate that thing. But look at this thing. When you're throwing the right bait, it looks like that.
Wasn't gonna miss that one.
No, that was down his throat. That's a good one for the river. The other thing we saw is Trevor broke a fish off first thing in the morning. We get back in there and the fish is still jumping like he's laughing at us. I don't know what he was doing, but he jumped like 3 or 4 times. You know, we caught a few more in that spot and we decided to make a big run south below the Commodore Barry Bridge, and we were going to try for some stripers. We tried it for a little bit, made another move right under the Barry Bridge for a little bit, but with that dirty water, the stripers weren't biting. You know, at that point in the day, I look at my watch and we've literally got like an hour left to fish. So I decided to make one more pass in an area I've caught them before in the winter. And this is a true wintering hole in an area called Darby Creek. And I mean, we've probably got 15 minutes left to fish. And God, to make this day complete, I really want Tom to catch one. And like 10 minutes to go before we had to pull out of that hole, I see Tom's rod and it's bent down, and I look and I'm thinking to myself, does he got a snag? Dude, my heart's pounding. I'm not even catching the fish and I'm excited. And the minute Tom swings that fish over the gunnel and he's in the boat, dude, I let out a girlish scream.
We are complete.
There it goes. We made it happen.
There it is.
We made a prediction. We said first, most, and biggest. I don't know if we had it in the right order, but we had it! There you go, bro.
All right, man.
Yes! I mean, it felt like I just won the lottery or won the Bassmaster Classic. You know, the minute he put that fish in the boat, it really made a perfect day. If I was to close my eyes and imagine how it would have turned out, this is exactly what would have happened. Tom?
Yeah.
Gotta ask you a question.
Yes.
2,743 casts, and you catch a Delaware River largemouth, and it's a good one.
It's
How do
awesome.
you feel?
I am pumped. I was worried I wasn't gonna make it out of here with a complete day, and now it's a complete day.
It's a complete day, man. I'm happy for you. Yes!
Awesome.
You know, it's about 5 minutes to go. Tom catches another nice keeper. The sun's starting to set. we decide to call it a day. It's been amazing. The weather was amazing. We caught fish. You know, I had an opportunity to fish with 2 good friends and to drink a couple beers. It doesn't get any better than that. And guess what? We're going to do it again. See you later.
Oh, baby.
Big fish of the trip so far.
Nice fish, man.
Tom, Trevor, I want to thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for making me feel like part of the Yards family. I had a blast. I can't wait to do it with you again. It was an awesome day. I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
Thank you, Mike.
Appreciate it. Cheers.
Cheers.
You are part of the Yards family.
I'm looking at this thing, and it reminds me of like my first tackle box, my first try at pro fishing. You know, tell me what is this? This means a lot to you.
Absolutely.
Tell me about this.
This is what we call Yards 1. It's the very first brew house to make Yards beer. So we knew back when we were getting started, we didn't have a lot of funding. We were just like, let's get into business, let's make some beer. So we figured out this was the best way for us to get into business, make beer, and to be able to sell it to local bars and restaurants.
Yeah.
So this is Yards 1. We had a direct flame underneath, just like you would do in your burner at home, making home brew. We actually made it, you know, so you can do it right here. It's a design that we kind of made up ourselves. And took some ideas from the smart people, and we had it constructed up in Asbury Park, New Jersey, and this was our first brew kettle.
It's amazing.
And we got pictures of us making beer and throwing hops in.
That's amazing. Does it? We're standing here, and you've told this story a million times, but you're standing here next to this thing, your arms on it, and then you turn around and look at this.
Yeah.
And then next year you look at where you're going.
Right.
Does it blow you away?
It really does. I mean, I wanted people to see this. That was only what we dreamed about when we were doing this.
Right.
And then we were doing this. You got dreams again, and that next dream is going to be coming true. So
yeah,
it's pretty awesome.
That's awesome. It's humbling. I actually, it's funny because I have a tackle box that my grandfather gave me. I have it home, and when I was real young, but it was like, it meant a lot to me, and I still have that tackle box. I feel like it's the same representation, where you came from, your passion.
You don't forget about it, and you want to show people that this is how you start something, and you can turn it into whatever you believe you can do. So.
Back then, when that picture was taken, did you have any inkling that it would turn into this?
No, not at all.
No.
I mean, even back then, the biggest breweries were about a quarter of what size we are right now, as far as craft beer, that we all looked up to and were like, wow, I want to be like them someday. And we did that and surpassed it. So
Yeah.
we're really psyched about it. But the whole industry's grown that way too.
Yeah. Right.
So this keeps it cold, carbonated, and ready to go. And
Wow.
we could probably pull a sample of one of these if.
By the time it gets here to the bright room, how
Right.
long does it stay here before it gets bottled
It's
or
here
canned?
about 24 hours, 48 hours at the most, and it's ready to go.
Wow.
So we got basically 5 tanks in here we can package beer from. So
Very cool. Very cool.
we'll check the smell, make sure the aroma is nice and citrusy like grapefruit. And then just give it a shot. Cheers.
Cheers. I don't have my PhD, but that's good beer.
And it's the freshest beer you're ever gonna have.
It is. Wow. I could never work here. I'd just be back here sampling all day.
Yeah, I'm
That'd be a big trouble.
So the bottles come in, they get rinsed, and then they get evacuated from any air that's in there because you don't want air to be in the bottle because that's what makes the beer go bad.
Right.
Then it fills it with the beer, and then right at the end it jets it with a little hot water to make it foam up. And you cap right on top of the foam. So now you know there's no air in the product because the CO2 that was in the beer pushes the air right out. Put a cap on. There might be a little beer left over. That's why we rinse it right here on the before it gets labeled.
It's a little bad.
Yep. And then once it gets labeled, we put it in the box and there it goes. So now here's your chance to have another really fresh beer
Wow.
right off the line.
Wow.
You didn't think you were going to do this much drinking today?
I had no idea. This is the second practice yards beer I've ever had in my life. For information on the product and gear used in the show, go to MikeIaconelli.com and follow me on my social feeds at Mike Iaconelli. And if you want to help grow the sport of fishing, get kids involved. Go to theikefoundation.org to figure out information on how you could help get involved in getting kids fishing.
Bass University TV, an online video training course where you'll learn champion bass fishing techniques from pro anglers Pete Glusek, Mike Iaconelli, and their talented special guests. From on the water to in the classroom, you'll learn sound techniques and strong fundamental bass fishing skills. Watch hours of video content on multiple topics at your own pace for a low monthly fee. Cancel at any time. Information is power in the sport of fishing, so learn from the very best. Subscribe to Bass University TV today.